Good evening, builders. Will you be my builder time? Do you struggle to find Valentine's Day creative gift ideas for the STEAM entrepreneur in your life? Or do you struggle as a STEAM entrepreneur to give hints about awesome Valentine presents you would like? Valentine's Day. It's right around the corner, but you don't need a special day to remind your loved one, including yourself, how much they mean to you. Stick around as I share practical and romantical Valentine's Day gift ideas for STEAM entrepreneurs that will make your steamy heart sing. If you're in the chat, say hello. If you're catching this on replay, type #TeamBuilder in the comments section. Okay, just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Okay, let's start the show. Hi, I'm Lisa Stewart, founder of Build Your Own Small Business and Build Your Own Money Message. I help STEAM entrepreneurs like you build products that sell, connect with your customers, and grow your business from your workbench. Now, the first and most important question of the evening is, what's in your glass? Absolutely. All right, so I want to know who is here in the chat with me today. Andrew, hey, welcome. Tonight, I am tasting Eccentric. It is a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's pretty good. It's from Argentina. Sandy, hey, welcome. Sandy, what's in your glass? So let's see here. When I first tasted it, it was pretty smooth. There was a tiny bit of glassiness, but it's smoothed out pretty well. And what I've got is a strong scent of plum in here, which smells really good. And so I think it's going to go pretty well with our turkey meatloaf tonight that Andrew's cooking. So yay. Yay, Andrew. I'm glad you like it. You're on your second glass already, aren't you? Okay. So, folks, I am trying a few things out here tonight. And I might experience some hiccups. So you're just going to have to roll along with me. What have you got? I can barely pronounce that. Delele Rosane? You'll have to share with me how to pronounce that. Thank you, Sandy. Okay, so I have another important question for you guys. Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? I always pride myself on being a great gift giver. So let's scheme the night away, okay? So that we can create a lovely Valentine's Day weekend for you guys. And also, I will be providing some interesting and fun tips and creative tips for the rest of the year. So this is not just about Valentine's Day, but it's also about, celebrating love and friendship throughout the year. So my first tip is to listen and watch. Listen over several days and over several weeks. Identify what makes your partner, your lover, your friend, what makes them unique. And then also get familiar with the love language. So I've got a few things I'd like to share here. There's a book called The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. He created a framework to help the rest of us understand how we like to receive love. Do you know the golden rule, treat others as you would like to be treated? Well, when I first moved to Seattle, I learned the platinum rule or the titanium rule. Treat others as they would like to be treated. That was a huge paradigm shift for me. How about you guys? I'm going to have some more wine. So if you are in the chat, say hello. I would like to know who is here with us this evening. Okay. Sandy, how's your wine? Is it wine? let's see here. Okay, so getting back to the love language. Treat your partner the way they want to be treated. Understand if they would prefer words of affirmation. Do they need more or less encouragement? Do they crave active listening from you? Maybe send an unexpected note or card to show them that they are your priority. Do your best to stay away from platitudes. You could reserve those for your mother-in-law. Ooh, white wine. Okay, great. Quality time. Create new traditions with each other and for each other. When you spend uninterrupted time and focused time talking with each other, you begin to form a bond. And those intimate moments help form new traditions. How about you guys? Have you found new traditions with your relationships? Let me know. Inquiring minds want to know. I know Andrew and I have. Okay, let's talk about receiving gifts. Tokens of appreciation go a long, long way. What's their favorite flower? As you drop by the grocery store to pick up a few things, perhaps the flower center has forced bulbs growing in a lovely vase. I've got to show you what we picked up this week. I love hyacinths. Take a look at those beauties. And they smell magnificent. Oh my God. Oh, they smell so good. Andrew's jealous. I keep telling him to come visit me in the studio because it just fills the room. Oh, man. How about you, Sandy? What's your favorite flower? Oh, okay, let's get into physical touch. This is a touchy subject. Just kidding. Be mindful of your partner's preference for touch. Do they get super embarrassed if you give them a kiss in public, or do they love PDA? Also, what areas of their body do they like to be touched? What is their pressure sensitivity? Do they like to get kinky? Don't be afraid to learn their erogenous zones of preference and maintain consistency throughout the years, not just the honeymoon period. How about you, Sandy? Andrew? Oh, peonies. Peonies are lovely, aren't they? They only have like a 2-week period when they're still on the stem, but oh my God, peonies are fantastic. I actually prefer those over roses. Okay, and now I'm using a different camera, you guys, so I keep looking over here at one of my monitors because I've got the eCam monitor over here just to see that I'm still in frame, and then I've got Facebook monitor over here, so I do apologize if I feel like I am not paying attention to you, which I'm talking to my DSLR camera. So it's kind of weird. Okay, acts of service. This is about helping each other out with the mundane chores or other annoying factors that happen in life. Andrew does a great job of making me dinner every night, as he's doing right now. I look at him as my personal chef, and I love that. I can make dinner, but he loves making dinner, so it works out for the both of us. What kind of class is this? This class is a hot and steamy class for STEAM entrepreneurs. So I'm going to be sharing all kinds of tips about how to move out of the introvert way, right? And doing for others. So yeah, this is you've signed up to the right class, Sandy. And do let your other introvert friends know that have them come on over and spend some time with us here on the live stream. Get some ideas for their romantic notions with their partners. I would love that. So if you are getting any value out of this today, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I would love if you could do that. What that will do is that will then send to the YouTube algorithm. I think I need more to drink. It will ping the algorithm and let other STEAM entrepreneurs know that I'm live and that I've got some steamy goodness here to share with them. So I'm going to get another drink because it's Friday, right? Now, as far as service, my return service to my personal chef would be to take him out to dinner. I joke with him that sometimes I burn dinner, but that's not true. I just burn the toast. And while we each do our own laundry, I'm usually responsible for towels and sheets. Oh, I wanted to bring a photo up. He helps me with folding the sheets, but it becomes a family affair. Zari loves hanging out with us. As soon as we pull out the sheets to fold them, she jumps in and we swing her back and forth. And oh my God, we have a hell of a good time with that. So yeah, Zari has to jump in. She loves movement. Mutant, not so much. He'll step one paw in and he'll feel it's like a hammock for him. And he's like, nope, and he backs away from it. He just doesn't like it. Tessa, hey, welcome. Hello. Yeah, welcome to the STEAMy Entrepreneurs Evening with Valentine gifts and Valentine ideas. So I'm going through the love language right now, the framework that really helps to apply is it the titanium rule or the platinum rule for treating others as they want to be treated, not as we want to be treated? I forget what the colloquial is for that. But yeah, so the love language is a framework with 5 different points that really talk about how to treat others and try to figure out how they like to be treated. But I know that you've got that down pat. So anyhow, I just went through, let's see what I went through. I went through words of affirmation, right? Stay away from platitudes and, be encouraging. Quality time, creating new traditions with your friends and family. And obviously, for those of us here in lockdown, we are definitely creating new traditions. I would like to know in the chat, let me know if you guys are creating new traditions due to the lockdown and whether or not you will keep those traditions after we get a reprieve and things start to open back up again. I would like to know. That would be very interesting to see if you guys have started to create new traditions. And then I went through and talked about physical touch and whether or not my STEAMy entrepreneurs, who I think most part are introverts, do you like public displays of affection, or do you get thoroughly embarrassed by, receiving or giving a gift, giving a kiss in public? Let me know. I would love to know. And then going through the acts of service and talking about helping each other out with the Monday chores, as well as things that we like to do. And Andrew loves to cook. That's a big difference between he and I. And so from a service standpoint, I love to think of him as my personal chef. But when it comes time for giving him a night off, let's say on his birthday, I will try to take him out for dinner. And I'm trying to think, what did we do for dinner for him in November? I'm trying to think what we did. I think we made him dinner. We were going to, oh yeah, oh that's right, Tessa, because your husband's birthday is like the day after Andrew's. So Dungeness crab and champagne for Valentine's Day. Oh, that's lovely. Nice. And yeah, I think we may have made crab cakes for Andrew's birthday this year. I think that's what we did. I forget. We have actually not talked about what our Valentine's Day dinner is going to be. That's going to be a surprise. And I need another drink of wine. So Tessa, what's in your glass? I am drinking Eccentric from Argentina. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's pretty good. Andrew, do you know what the price of this bottle is? I'm going to say it's between $12 and $15. I can't remember. And actually, I think, you know what I'm going to do right now? I am going to do a countdown to see what the time delay is. I think it's pretty short. So ready, go. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1000, 10, 1000, 11, 1000, 12, 1000, 13, 1000. 13 seconds only. Woo! Boy, we are high streaming now, aren't we? I love this. I love this. Ah, Tessa, you're drinking newsprint? Mm-mm. Lots of fiber, huh? What kind of wine is newsprint? I would like to know. And is it good? So, talking about services and actually the next one is a word on helping. If you're extremely independent and self-sufficient, find ways to let your partner help. If you're continuously telling your partner you don't need help, you might be indicating that your partner isn't needed. And I'm not saying that men are only good for opening jars and taking out garbage. That's not true at all. But here's what I've learned about the difference between men and women over the years. Men love to help and women love to get help. So ladies, start asking for help. See how that works? Now, I'm not into gender roles, and I'm into breaking gender roles, if anything. So find and figure out the titanium rule in your relationship. How would your partner like to be treated? Each of these 5 areas of love language tells your partner that they are your priority. Now, I'm going to get something more to drink. This is turning out to be a really good wine. Right, Andrew? Okay, tip 2. Be attentive to feelings. Are they getting frustrated with certain limitations, like with equipment and tools? If there is one thing that would make their life easier or feel like royalty, what would it be? This is something I talk about in my course, BYO Money Message. It's about how you want your partner to feel. What would be the emotional benefits they could get if they were to be gifted a certain product or service? Would it save them time or money? Would it make them feel like royalty? The wine. $10 only at Total Wine. Yeah, this is a decent $10 little bottle of wine, that's for sure. So, when you've gifted your partner something special, imagine them opening an envelope or a box at that moment. How do they react? If you weren't in the room with them at the time when they opened it, would you miss their appreciation for your thoughtfulness? Just because your wife says that the house needs a new vacuum does not mean you should run out and buy her a vacuum for Valentine's Day. Please save that for another day. Valentine's Day is about being personal. So let me tell you a little story about the time my mother gifted my father a shop vac. Yeah, that was neither personal nor romantic. I remember her asking me to help her lug this shop vac up to the bedroom where he was still in bed and just plop it right down there on top of him in bed. And I remember him like looking at the box going, yeah, I guess this is what I wanted. It was awful. It was a very cringe-worthy moment. So yeah, I don't recommend that at all. I'm a romantic. I love being swooned. I also love swooning. Yes, Andrew. It is time for you to return that Hoover. So anyhow, I love taking the time to think up something grand for my honey. But what happens if your honey isn't that talkative about their emotions? That's the bane of every introvert, isn't it? So, tip 3, ask, does practical convert to emotional? Possibly. Remember when I said listen and watch? This is when you discover what makes them unique and start align with their motivations. Identify their hobbies. If they've got a special hobby, How can you add to that experience? Oh no, Tessa. I hope that was a private joke. Oh my God, that's awful. So, how can you add to your partner's special hobby? Can you buy them an instruction book, tools, or maybe even a course? Andrew knows that I'm struggling with growing pains as I learn video and live streaming. He loves to help me out with products that will make my life easier. When I'm able to use those products, I feel accomplished and I feel like royalty because some of the equipment can be quite pricey. How about you guys? That's exactly right, Tessa. That's one reason he's an ex. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember my ex-husband bought me it was a wine decanter terracotta and it was cracked. I think he bought that at the garage sale too. That did not make me very happy at all. I think most of the gifts our first Christmas were all hand-me-downs, used, and broken. So I'm like, no, something's going to change. Oh my God. So other products and services that would be extremely helpful and gratifying, emotionally gratifying for me would be a haircut right now, right? Because my hair is getting a little bit too long, a little bit too shaggy. Also, a regular spa appointment, but that can't happen right now. Also, I would love to take an improv course, but that requires being in the same room to accommodate the yes and device. And then also to hire a virtual assistant for 1 month to help me with social media scheduling. I would so love to figure out how well a virtual assistant would help me out for 1 month because I would probably never return going back to doing all of this myself. How about you guys? As an introvert and an entrepreneur, those are practical and yet emotionally satisfying gifts. So, hint, hint. Last year, we bought an adjustable standing desk by Vari. So I've got this standing desk here, which I absolutely love. It's got 2 legs with 4 feet. So I can place carpet glides under each and rotate it 90 degrees to have that teal background show up behind me. It's super easy and it makes me feel super strong. Sweet guns. It makes me feel empowered because I'm not having to ask for help each and every time I want to rotate my desk, which is frequently. And I know what I said earlier. I know I said, ladies, ask for help, but it doesn't bode very well when Andrew is in the middle of his own conference meetings with his boss. Me going out going, hey, Andrew, can you help me move my desk? Yeah, that's not going to work out very well. How about you guys? How are you doing in the chat? So if you're just joining us, say hello in the chat. I would love to know if you're here. And I'm Lisa Stewart, founder of Build Your Own Small Business and Build Your Own Money Message. I help STEAM entrepreneurs build products that sell, connect with their audience, and build their business from their workbench. So welcome. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'd love to have you. Yeah, that's very true, Andrew. Moving the desk also requires good cable management. Yeah, it really does. Making sure the kitties don't get in there and start playing with the tags. Okay, tip 4. Adjust price, time, and distancing. Depending on your budget, price might be a factor on the gift, but it doesn't have to lack thoughtfulness. Right now, we are all hamstrung with being locked down, right? So what's the first thing you think about when the lockdown is lifted? Going out, right? The experience of opening your chest and taking in a deep, stress-free breath of fresh air. The key here is experience. So, how do we have that experience with such restrictions? It's time to get creative. Have I got some surprises for you? I am going to take another sip of wine. Sandy, how are you doing? Hey, hey, if you're new in the chat, say hello. If you're catching this on the replay, I'm looking at the monitor over here. If you're catching us on the replay, say hello in the comment section with hashtag replay or hashtag team builder. Will you be my builder time? I love making up words. Yeah, for you, Tessa, I can imagine. The ideal gift is not having to prepare dinner. I can appreciate that. I can. And every once in a while, I'll tell Andrew, hey, I'm happy to make dinner for us. And he's like, no, I'll make it. I think he just doesn't want me to burn dinner. Anyhow. Okay. So let's see here. As I mentioned earlier, I am working on a couple of new items as I'm doing live streaming right now. I'm using a new camera and I'm trying to get used to basically monitoring and managing myself. So I do apologize. I'm going to hit a couple of new screens here to see if things work out. Da, da, da. Okay. Move this back a little bit. Hey, hey. Okay. So, another thing that I might recommend. Thank you, Andrew. I might recommend an IOU for a typical date night that's been put on hold for the last year, right? And this speaks to timing also, doesn't it? The timing might mean, of course, maybe the vacation that you had planned needs to be reserved. Or the next time, the next speaks to social distancing, right? Because some of the many things that we have taken for granted, like attending concerts, going down to the local bar to meet a friend, and heading to your favorite restaurant for romantic dinner can't be done today. But there are other social distancing activities that you can participate in depending on whether or not they're currently operating. So, let's see here. Here we go. Idea one. Back in October, there was a small company that was holding a Seattle scavenger hunt for Harry Potter fans. Woohoo! Gryffindor! We were to reserve our tickets and then show up wearing our cloaks and wands. This would have been a perfect date. And it would have been a perfect date night, and it would have been perfect for a Death Eater because of the mask situation, right? Of course, I missed it by one day and I could still kick myself. But this lends itself to a great DIY idea. We may have missed the formal opportunity, but we can create our own event. If we found other Harry Potter fans in the area, we could set up a scavenger hunt for each other. That would have been a lot of fun. The tokens found throughout the scavenger hunt could lead to a bigger gift, making the entire event about your partner. I did this one time working in corporate America. I created a scavenger hunt as a Secret Santa for my recipient. He absolutely loved it. And of course, everybody else was jealous. So, how about you guys? Have you participated in any special events that are social distancing friendly? Let me know in the chat. I would love to know. Meanwhile, I'm going to get another sip of wine. I'm probably going to pour myself some more wine, so fingers crossed. Fingers crossed I don't spill it on myself. Andrew, this is really good. Sandy, how are you doing? Let me know in the chat. Let me know, let me know. Your white wine? Where's your wine from, by the way? Is it US wine? Is it European? Is it South American? Let me know. Yeah, a virtual scavenger hunt. Yeah, absolutely, Tessa. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. The Harry Potter scavenger hunt, it was a formal affair, but it was outdoors. So it, I think, was the scavenger tokens were placed around the city, probably within a 5 block distance. I think it was being held down at Pioneer Square. I think that's where the home base was. So I can only imagine that the tokens were placed in a square block distance that would make it easier for foot traffic. And I think that would be a ton of fun. And maybe even some geocaching too. I think that could be a heck of a lot of fun. You know, it could be fun for a couple, it could be fun for a family. Oh my gosh. Think about the treats that you could leave, the tokens that you could leave. Um, you could leave food items, but you'd have to make sure that, you know, raccoons and cats and dogs don't get into them. Oh, yeah, Andrew. Absolutely. I totally forgot to include that. I will. Can you, did you send me a link to that? Zoom happy hours at work, do those count? Yeah, I think they do. I think they do. Um, Let me check my. Did you send that to me? Did you? Oh, you did. You know what, y'all? I think I am going to share my screen with you later on in this live streaming, because Andrew and I have been watching a series. We watched the first series of Mythic Quest this week, and it's one of those mockumentaries like Silicon Valley, like Best in Show, and it was borderline hilarious. It was a nice deterrent because we're essentially finished with all the other streaming series that Netflix has dropped and HBO has dropped. So, you know, let me know in the chat what you guys are watching right now. I think we are, you know, empty-handed at this point and looking for uh, more more escapism. So let me know in the chat what you guys are watching. Sandy. Yes, absolutely. I would love to do that with you. Let's go wine tasting after we're all vaccinated. I have a feeling it's probably not going to be until the end of the year. But if we created a scavenger hunt for each other, we could leave bottles of wine for each other. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? That would be so much fun. Anyhow, all right. So, more DIY experience ideas I have for you guys. Make day. I know that Tessa, you're a creative at heart. How about you, Sandy? Are you a maker at heart? Since we're all makers at heart here, a play date like this would be a fabulous way to spend the day together. I know this would be a fantastic day for Andrew and I. Andrew and I have not been in the workshop in like 4 years, so we're a couple of junkies just jonesing to make things. Yeah. So, what I want to do is share with you some things that I found for introverts and inventors and makers. And I am going to go through and share with you things that I found on Amazon. And I'm going to pop up. I need to find the right. Let's see here. I need to find the right screen. Because this is just so silly of me. Okay. Let's try. Let's try number 4. Okay, let's see what this brings up. Yay! Okay. Here we are. All right, so I love Make Magazine. I absolutely love it. I would love as a maker, I would love a Make Magazine subscription. I'm always looking for new projects to create. And so Make Electronics is probably one of the first magazines that I would love to pick up, as well as, let's see here. There also is a second Make Electronics magazine to help me understand electrical engineering. Now, another one here is Getting Started with Itty Bits. It's prototyping and inventing with modular electronics. Anyone can harness the power of electronics, microcontrollers, and the cloud, regardless of age, gender, technical ability, or educational background. I am going to change my camera so that, let's see here. I'll go up here. Okay, I can't do that. All right. All right, you guys are just gonna have to deal with my my side view. How about that? Okay, so 80 bits sounds like it would be a heck of a lot of fun to get started with. Regardless of age, anyone can play. Technical ability or educational background. So that's pretty exciting. That would be a lot of fun. All right. The next gift idea would be crystals. Crystal growing combo steam kit. That, I don't know. Something about watching something grow, and I guess that I can imagine those with plants, because I have 2 brown thumbs and I just don't do a very good job with plants. Even though my great grandmother, she actually had a fabulous garden, and it was so fabulous that it was featured on, I think, Home and Gardens magazine cover back 100 years ago. So I that talent just escapes me. So I'm thinking crystal science would be the next best thing. At least I don't kill the crystals. That's all I can say about me. So, all right. Now I'm going to have another sip of wine. This is very good wine, Andrew, and I got to move this because I can't read as I'm walking through some ideas with you guys. All right. I think I need to put on my glasses. I just didn't want reflection of my lenses to hit you guys. All right. Let's see here. The next one, Flora Wearable Electronics Kit. Works well for controlling LED lights on hand puppets. This is what one of the reviewers said. And for me, this is a gateway product because I've always wanted to learn IoT and get more deeply involved with IoT, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to actually attach some IoT devices to our wine bags and our beer cozies and things like that. I think it would have been a heck of a lot of fun. Especially since I love steampunk so much. I think it would be a heck of a lot of fun to attach electronic devices that look like they're actually doing something for the product that you're carrying. So this would be a nice gateway product to have fun with. And what I will do is I will put all of these links in the description box after we get done here with the live streaming. I will do that so you can find these if you're interested. This one, the 3D Doodler. Oh my God, how much fun would this be, right? Draw in 3 dimensions. You can pretty much do anything with this puppy. Let's see here. What is the description on this? Oh well, I will move on. How about that? Okay. Dremel 3D printer. This looks like a nice little tabletop 3D printer that would be great in anybody's studio. I was taking a class on 3D printing before the makerspace shut down, which I was really disappointed that the local makerspace shut down back in North Carolina. Corporate came walking through on a Tuesday and said, "You guys are shutting down on Thursday." So, and I had just taken a course on 3D printing, and I was looking into actually playing around with 3D printing. And so what I need to do is just get to one of these local maker spaces and play around with it. I can't wait to do that. That'll be a lot of fun. And Dremel's got its own system now, so I find that kind of interesting. What do you guys think? And then this one. This is really interesting as well. This is the Snap Maker. It's a 3-in-1 3D printer as well. It's a 3D printing, CNC carving, and laser engraving. All metal, entry-level digital tool, easy to use software. So I've seen some good reviews on this as well. So this looks like it would be a heck of a lot of fun to play with. Okay, Arduino. Have any of you played with Arduino? I took a class at the Makerspace last year, and unfortunately I think I had just given a workshop, so I was completely and utterly exhausted. So this was a heavy learning curve for me, and I felt bad because the woman who was teaching it, there was probably 5 of us there, and I was the only woman student there, so she was trying to get some feedback from me, and I felt like such a dumb tongue. I wanted so badly to give her effective feedback, and I was so tired. I was of no use to her whatsoever. But I think what they did also is they put on a little maker show at one of the breweries, and that was a heck of a lot of fun to walk through and talk with all the makers there who had all kinds of wonderful widgets. There was one gentleman there that I need to get back with who had created an old-fashioned radio for his dad who had dementia. And so he had created a little radio station inside what looks like an old-fashioned radio, tabletop radio. Do you remember those? And he put his little iPhone device in there, and his dad could change the channels with rotary dials on the front. It was a fabulous little piece. So one day I'm going to interview him. I just need to get back with him and showcase what he's doing, because I think it's a fabulous way of blending eras together so that people who are familiar with the old era can still take advantage of the new era, even without realizing it. So that would be so much fun. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Tessa, did you get your refill? Okay. The next gift on our list is the Solar Robot Kit. It's a STEM toy that helps to challenge kids, and I even look at this as myself because these are so freaking adorable, aren't they? It challenges us not to only build the toy, but also learn the mechanisms involved in assembling the robot. I look at this, and of course, I love the face. I love how it captures the Wall-E essence of robotics. But what I also love, secondarily to this, is the fact that I could remote control this and drive my cats crazy with it. I would so love to do this. But I know that Mutant would catch it and he'd start chewing on the wires, and then there goes my toy. So I would probably have to put it in some kind of like little plastic bubble device or something to prevent him from chewing on wires. So, yeah. Andrew, what do you think? Would this be fun? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Now, outside of the workshop, there are other adventures and experiences that you can create. My first idea is that you could create a tailgate party at the park. And I know this isn't new, but if you make it a special occasion, right? So let's say maybe you make it once a month and becomes a tradition, right? For both you and your partner and you and your family. So, you know, make it a tailgate. Back up your car to the beach, open up the back, and throw a picnic blanket on the tailgate. Maybe do a little cookout right there, or bring some special food and nosh, right? Maybe some special tailgate food that you only have during the tailgate. So that way it's special and it elevates the experience. So that way everybody gets to look forward to the tailgating party because you only have food and maybe games or music that is unique to that experience. That really helps to round out that experience and make it special. What do you guys think? Have you done that yet? Yeah, Andrew. I think so too. With the robotics, I think so too. Sorry, would definitely chase it. If we could turn it into a little hovercraft, right, and have it fly through the air, that would be a lot of fun. Okay, idea number two, theme night. Does your partner love Star Wars or Harry Potter or maybe Game of Thrones? You could think about creating a theme for the entire day where you dress up as the characters and you speak their language. I think that could be a ton of fun. If you're into Star Trek and you dress up as a Klingon, imagine going down to the mailroom. If you live in an apartment like we do, imagine going down into the mailroom dressed as Worf, going down there with your battle axe and picking up your mail. Oh, I would pay to see that. So dress up, go cosplay all the way, eat the food they would eat. Yeah. And maybe have movie day all day long playing in the background or games or anything like that. Again, I think that would be a very special day that you could look forward to for you and your family members. And you could also have a virtual party, right? Get together with other cosplayers virtually and have a fun virtual Zoom meetup, as your characters and showcase, what cosplay element that you made that day. I think that could be a lot of fun. Did you actually try speaking Klingon, Andrew? When did you do that? This is interesting. This is interesting. I would like to know. When did you do that? I don't think that I have ever. I've seen the language, but I've never been taught how to speak the language. So, yeah, do let me know. Also, I want to see if I can bring this up. I wanted to show you guys something really fast. So talk amongst yourselves, get yourself a refill. Um, cosmetic surgery. Yeah, no kidding. Okay. Let's see. I hope I'm not taxing my system here because I need to pull down something. I meant. Here we go. Let's see if I can share this with you guys. Okay. If you're new in the chat here, say hello. I want to know if you're here with us. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Okay. Let's see if I can share with you this GIF. Let's see if it comes. There we are. What do you guys think? Is that hilarious or what? It's the Molinar converted as a toolbox. I absolutely love this idea. And the handle is a hammer. I absolutely love it. What do you think? Andrew, do you want one? Let me know. I'm so glad this played. Yeah, I found this on TikTok. I thought it was hilarious. Okay. I will turn this off. But yeah, I love that idea. I love, love, love that idea. Okay. Idea number 3, couple spa. Yeah, you heard me. Consider dedicating the love-in day to each other. Bubble baths with special music and libations. Okay, I gotta be honest with you. I think that the word libation sounds like a very naughty word. Body rubs, footsie rubs. Oh yeah, I could get into that. Buy special oils, soaps, lotions, and bath bombs from your local artist and treat yourself and each other with a hands-on experience. For myself, I purchased, and this goes into the self-care routine. I purchased a Sally Hansen cuticle remover because my cuticles get really dry and nasty. And so I need to constantly be on the lookout to make sure that I'm not pulling on those. But also, I just purchased a second container of my favorite Lavendar shea butter body balm that I use for my cuticles. Here, take a look at this guy. Am I getting too close? Let's see if I do this. Oh, there we go. It's by a local vendor here in Seattle, Brown Butterfly. And oh my God, I love this. It smells so good. Lavender balm that I use for my cuticles. Let's see if I can do this again. Will this work? There we go. Yeah, dip your fingers into that. Oh man, I love that stuff. Anyhow, I found that maker at the Ballard Farmers Market, but he's no longer selling there because, you know, 2020 has creeped into 2021. Fortunately for me, he's got an Etsy shop, so I was able to buy that lickety split. So I was very happy about that. Okay, I promised you a couple of surprises early on, and I thought this was rather neat. Did you know that you could rent a theater? That's right. AMC theaters are allowing individuals to rent out the entire theater for, get this, $100. That's right, you heard me. $100 for an hour. Or maybe for a movie. But yeah, I think that would be fabulous to have the entire theater to yourself to watch one of your favorite movies. What do you think? What I did is I will post that in the link as well. Let's see here. Maybe I can post it in the chat too. I think I can do that. I think I will do that. Here. Okay. I put that in the chat. So if ever you are interested in doing something like that, let me know. I would love to know how it works out for you. I think that would be so much fun. And then Something else I found the other day is Peerspace. Have you guys heard of Peerspace? I'm going to put this in the chat as well. They've got over 210 cities connected to Peerspace. And they also have theaters and they have other rentals that you can reserve and check out for an hour. So anything from yoga studios to bars to other specialty events. And I know this isn't new, but I think due to the whole pandemic, this is allowing people who have spaces who can't use the spaces rent them out. And I also had an idea last year that I think might be intriguing. So anybody here who is a restaurateur, I have an idea for you. Actually, I have 2 ideas for you. And actually 3 ideas if you're a retailer. So if you aren't using your kitchen, your professional kitchen, on a regular basis, you could consider renting it out if you haven't already. You could rent it out to other bakers and chefs, caterers. You could also rent it out to soap makers and, you know, those who create bath and body lotions and shampoos and things like that, because they also need professional kitchens. So consider leasing out your kitchen for those particular entrepreneurs. That might be a win-win. And another idea that I had, which is for restaurants and retailers, is to rent out your windows, as in advertising. Because we still have foot traffic, but the foot traffic can't necessarily go in to your space. But what if other entrepreneurs, so let's say you're a restaurateur and you rent out, lease out your professional kitchen to soap makers or other caterers, bakers, chefs, and then maybe as an add-on, have them put a poster in the window with a link to their website, a little QR code so people who are walking by could wave their camera over it and get an instant, you know, direct feed into their website, to your website. You could rent out that space. You could rent it out by the foot, right? By the square foot, or by, you know, square inch. So that's that way you could have a flat fee for 8.5 by 11, or a poster size, let that be 18 by 24 or 24 by 36. Yeah, you could definitely make some extra money doing that. And that also would be a win-win, because entrepreneurs are desperate to get people to get brand awareness and to get people to understand that their products are available for sale. So that might be an interesting take on how to continue making money in your space without the traditional way of making money in your space. So let me know in the chat if you think that's a decent idea. Oh, good grief, Andrew. He's in it with the puns already, folks. He hasn't heard of Peerspace, but he has heard of Peerspace. Good one, Andrew. So, anyhow, yeah, that I think that would be a pretty decent way of keeping the cash flow positive. All right, so it is 6 o'clock. I hope you guys had a great time, and I'm about to wrap up. Also, I am thinking about because when it comes to granting courses and special things for entrepreneurs, I am also going to create a special with my course this weekend only. And the course is Build Your Own Money Message. And it's a great framework for those of you who are having difficulty selling your products, because what this does is it helps to build a framework around your product and around your business. And it's a blueprint that you can use again and again and again. And normally, what the price runs is $597, but I'm going to shave $200 off of that and provide a special code for you. So let me know in the chat if this is something that you would like. And I am going to create a code on the fly right now. And that code will be, and I'll put it in the chat, and it will be available through Monday. And the code will be BYOMM21 Val. Okay, and I'll put that in the link in the chat. So for the BYO Money Message Course Special, hold on to that code. I haven't implemented it yet, but what this will do is if you are having trouble selling your product or having trouble with clarifying your brand message, this will help you do that. And it's a blueprint that you can use again and again and again. So you can use this for your business. You can use this for several different products, and it will really help you share with the first person on the street who you are, what you do, and who you do it for. So I want you to be able to have that kind of clarity and feel empowered when it comes to sharing your brand message. So that is my course special code, and I will go and put that in the course link immediately after this live streaming is done, so that you can go and take the course yourself. A lot of people have taken this course already. I've had a couple of clients who have taken this course. One of them, which was a construction worker who lays cement foundation for homes, has taken it, and now he has so much business that he can't hire enough people to help fill all the jobs. I also had an interesting business owner who runs it's a boating company out of Seattle. It's Hot Tub Boats out of Seattle. And now he was able to get featured in one of the largest online resources to feature his service during the pandemic last year after taking this course, because he found clarity in what he did and is able to share it with his customers and also get public relations out of it too. So this will also help you with your PR strategy. So hold on to that particular course code, and it will be available through Monday for $200 off. So with that in mind, I am going to give a little rating on this wine. I actually enjoy it very much. So if you forget what I was drinking, I think I'm forgetting what I'm drinking. It's called Eccentric. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's from Argentina. It's a 2019 wine, and it's pretty smooth. It's got strong hints of plum. It's smooth on the front end, it's smooth on the back end, and I am eager to try this out with our turkey meatloaf tonight that Andrew is preparing for us. So, what did you folks think? Do you think that you'll be implementing any of these Valentine's Day suggestions, ideas? What kinds of ideas do you think that you're planning for the weekend? Let me know before I close down. Sandy, what do you think? Tessa, how about you? Well, I hope that you all had fun here this evening. I know I did, and I always appreciate you taking time out to hang out with me. I love your company, and I hope that I'm providing value to you. So if you haven't done it already, please give me a thumbs up so that way it will trigger the YouTube algorithm to send this out for everybody else who wants to get some hints and tips on the best experiences they can provide for their Valentine. And I want to know, will you be my Valentine? All right. Well, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you again next week. Oh, before I leave, I am hosting another live streaming next Wednesday on how to build your website on WordPress.com. And I will be going through all the nuts and bolts at a high level on how to build your business website on WordPress. So do make sure that you hit that notification bell and get a reminder because that is already up on my page. So go ahead and get notified for that so that way you don't forget. And then also share it out to other entrepreneurs you think might need to learn how to build their own website on WordPress. So with that in mind, thank you so much. Have a great evening and keep building.